Hi everybody, welcome to another Virtual Homeschool Co-op video. This is for assignment number 2. Hey, by the way, how'd you guys like that intro? That was pretty cool, huh? I think that's going to be at the beginning of all of the Virtual Homeschool Co-op videos that I'm going to be doing, as well as everybody else in this series. In fact, if you want to check out some of the other videos for assignment number 1, you can check the description box below because I will have a link to that complete playlist. And those are the videos in which all the channels are doing their intros for the Virtual Homeschool Co-op. And if you want to join, I will also have a link to Just Sew Trish's original email inviting all homeschoolers to this co-op, and that's going to be in the description box below as well. And guess what? I will also have a link to the playlist for assignment number 2 as soon as it's available, so check that out as well. Okay, so today's assignment is all about homeschool conventions and whether you do them or not. And I have to say, I am actually a huge fan of the homeschool conferences or conventions or expos, whatever you have in your area. I'm a huge supporter, and I have learned something new every year that I have gone. Now, I've been homeschooling for a while, and I've been attending these conferences for a while, so even if you're a seasoned homeschooler, I highly recommend you attending them. Now, it's especially beneficial for you if you're a brand new homeschooler, or if you live in an area that has not much of a homeschooling community, or you're far away from people who are in your homeschooling community, or you just really need that pick-me-up at the end of the year in order to feel like you can make it through the next year, then the homeschool conferences are perfect for you. Now, I know that they don't happen everywhere, or they might not be in an area that's easy for you to get to, or maybe you have young kids and it's really tough for you to get to them. So I would say most of the conferences are multiple days, and if you can't make it to all the days, either financially or because you've got kids, I know that some of the conferences will have at least one portion of the conference that is free to the public. Generally, it's the very first day of the conference in the evening. And sometimes the conferences also have their vendors hall open to everybody. So check that out if you can, because the vending hall is like an amazing place to go and learn about the different curricula that are available and just browse through it. And if you get a chance, please do support those vendors financially by purchasing your curriculum at those homeschool conferences, because I do know that it is very expensive for them to come out to these conferences. It is exhausting, and it's really discouraging when a lot of people come through and look at all the curriculum and then they go home and buy it online. And I know that sometimes you can find a better deal online, but to be able to look through that curriculum and hold it in your hands is something that you're not going to be able to do online. And so show your support by buying that curriculum at the conference. Even if it's like a little bit more, that's almost like the service of being able to buy it right there and save on shipping and being able to look through it. So do support those vendors, because I know that in our area, for our homeschool conferences, our vendors hall is becoming smaller and smaller because a lot of vendors just can't afford to come out and showcase all of their things and lose business to some of the online companies. So that's a tip. If you get a chance to, please do support them. Now, I have enjoyed going to the conferences, not just to browse through all the curriculum, or also ours does a used curriculum sale. I've picked up some really great things at like a good discount there. But I love just interacting with the other attendees. I love, of course, going to the sessions and talking with the speakers afterwards, or meeting them up in the vendors hall and talking to them about the products that they've got, or a book that they've released. It's really energizing. It's very informative, and I leave feeling really good. I feel like, oh, I could take on this next year. Or okay, sometimes you'll go to a lecture and it will be something really new to you and the speaker will be amazing, and then you're like, oh, I need to wipe out everything that I'm doing and I need to focus on this new philosophy or this new curriculum. Yes, that does happen sometimes, and it can be very inspiring, and you might go one year and you're fully into one kind of philosophy, and the next year you're introduced to a new one with a equally inspiring speaker. So just bear in mind that you might get super inspired by going to one of these conferences. Okay, If you cannot attend a conference in person, or you have young kids, or it's just too expensive or too far, then don't worry. There are online convention style conferences available. Now, they are a distant second to actually being at a conference, but for some of you it's just not going to be possible to go. I know when I went when my kids were really young, it was really difficult. It was really worth it because my kids were young and I didn't have much of a support system, and this was it for me. And it was where I got my information, where I got my support, and where I just got my reassurance that it was going to be okay. And so I did, struggle through and either bring my kids or bring my mom to help me with the kids. Like, that was important. And now that my kids are older, it's of course not a problem to go. But if it is for you, if you've got young kids and you just cannot foresee you going with those young kids, then don't worry, because there are going to be a lot of resources online that can help kind of give you that feel of having been to a homeschool conference. Okay, I think I covered it all. So until the next assignment, thanks for watching.